Coming up next, Forecaster John Bordash goes over the latest forecast, timing of the winter storm, and impacts you can expect in southern Maryland and across the Mid-Atlantic. Stay tuned. This live forecast begins shortly.
Brought to you by our sponsors: William Richmond Inc., Farmers Home and Auto Insurance, the Bob Koski Agency, R.E. Graves Heating and Air Conditioning, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, McNeil's Group Properties, the Charleston Senior Community, and Chesapeake's Bounty. Now, here's Forecaster John Bordash with a live forecast update.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Forecaster John Bordash back with you now just after 8 o'clock, sitting at 8:01, looking at today's snow, and sure enough, as forecasted, we have now switched over to snow. I know a lot of people doubted it. A lot of people called bust earlier. That's why you want to hold off on judgment. This is a live look outside in Charles County out towards Nandemoy. We are looking at snow, not just snow, but accumulating snow now on parts of the roadways. You can even see the snowplow here covered with a little bit of snow. Heading on up towards Brandywine. Camera's becoming a little wet, but you can see the snow is coming down fast and furious. Headed up towards Andrews, you can see the snow coming down there on I-95 at 495 with Forestville. Chesapeake Beach taking a live look. We have snow falling here down towards Benedict. Snow falling here. Let's take it down towards the Newburgh area where the Harry Nice Bridge is, if the MDOT website wants to cooperate. There we go. You can see snow falling out towards the 301 bridge. Now let's take it further south down towards Leonardtown. It looks like we have some snowflakes trying its hardest to mix into the region out towards, let's take it to the Thomas Johnson Bridge. That looks like the camera might have actually fallen because all I see is grass. Now, Lexington Park, not seeing much in the way of snow. Same story down towards Callaway right now. Seeing lots of reports, though, of snow in Mechanicsville, snow mixing in Lesby now, snowing in Mechanicsville, snowing in Hollywood, according to Ida. So if we take things on over, I would like, let's dive right into radar. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying a new thing. I think I just got this to work, so bear with me. But I have this pen tool now that should allow me to write on the screen and you all see it. So for the most part, we have, and we are going to hope that this works, our rain snow line has just about, oh, I think you can see that. Awesome. But I want a bigger pen. Can I do that? Yes, I can. It looks like our rain snow line, I would even say it's probably a little bit further south than that. It's probably more like this right now. Where areas to the north and west of this pink line I just drew on the screen, largely seeing snow. Areas to the south and east, still looking at rain, but you're beginning to mix with snow. And this rain snow line will continue to push south and east. This is what we've been talking about all morning. I've been up since 3, so we're going on hour 5 now. Well, I've been up since 1. Cover started at 2, so going on hour 7 now, really, of tracking this. We've been talking about it all day. And I know a lot of people said that the forecast would bust. And it's not, that does not look to happen. And we will at least see some snow, which was always in the forecast. So, if I take you over to today's forecast, again, we're looking at that mix of rain and snow now. And what I want to really show you, let's hop off this. We have the advisory in effect locally. This was the snowfall forecast I put out yesterday. Much of the area, 1 to 3, more like 2 to 4 as you head further north and west, and you see that darker band there representing 3 to 6 inches. Most areas are going to be on the lower end of that, closer to 3, but I do think much of southern Maryland, I think 1 to 3 does it. I think that's what we'll see today. We will continue to see snow develop across the region, and what I will now show you is Futurecast. I want to make sure I have this updated run, and let me bring you over here. Lots of things to look at. All right, here we go. So Futurecast taking forward towards us. This was at 7 o'clock. Looked about right. 8 o'clock. We're looking at that snow mixing over. By 9 o'clock, Futurecast is much of the region looking at snow. That rain-snow line pushing southward. And this continues towards 9 o'clock. Or that's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1. And this model tries to maybe switch us back over to some rain. I'm not sure I totally buy this, but we'll see. This is definitely possible. This model altogether puts down a healthy 1 to 3. So if I use my little pen tool here, we'll see if I can get it to work properly. Again, generally, we're talking like 1 to 3 in this area. Oh, I don't think you can see that. My apologies, because it's a different screen. I'm not going to try to mess with it. I have it set up in a way where it works on one screen. But generally, like 1 to 3 inches, I think, is going to be the most likely scenario here for much of the region. And I think that will continue to be the case. If we come back over here to radar, we continue to see snow just kind of trade into the area. And actually now on radar, let me bring it into our more sensitive version of radar. It is now beginning to change areas like Charles County, PG County over to snow. Radar's been lagging a little bit. It's been struggling trying to get all the precip types in. But it is slowly getting there. I'm looking at your comments quick. Carla says all snow in St. Leonard, heavy snow in Charlotte Hall, snow in Chesapeake Beach, snow in Leonardtown. It's not what I thought it would be. Margaret says no snow. That really depends on where you are. Snowing in 7th District. Heavy snow in the Palladium. Snowing in Bushwood. No snow in Lexington Park, but it is on the way. I do promise. I only see rain in Lexington Park. Snow in Edgewater. Obviously, rain in the Chesapeake Ranch Estates. A little bit of a conflicting report there. Rain in Lexington Park. Rain snow line was literally at the intersection of Hollywood Road at 235. Huntingtown is in a blizzard. That's one way to describe it. Heavy snow in Prince Frederick. Let's see, snowing in Waldorf, snowing in Chaptico, snowing in Dunkirk. Rain in Drum Point. I think I kind of get the idea again. It looks like, I'm just coming down here to the bottom of the comments, generally, and I'm not, oh, there it goes. Generally, it looks like our rain snow line, if we just even try, let me try to zoom in here a little closer to try to give you a better idea of where this is. So let's just zoom in here to southern areas, right? Because I know that's where a lot of you are, and you want to know where the heck is my snow. That rain snow line, ooh, I need to make sure I'm on the pen tool. I'm going to get used to this eventually. Is sitting somewhere like this. That's about your rain snow line. Of course, that doesn't show up. No, it should. So this is about your rain snow line. Generally, yeah. So right around here. So if you're out towards like Lusby, Leonardtown, Solomons, down towards St. Mary City, you're wondering where the snow is, it's on the way. It's moving south and east gradually. I think by about 9 o'clock, much of the region should switch over to snow. The one area where that could be a little bit of a tough task could potentially be like southern St. Mary's County down here, down towards Scotland. But even there, I think you should switch over to a period of snow as well. Cindy's saying, bummer, hate cold rain and Lusby. It'll switch over, no worries. And I think, and that'll be the story. Snowing in Cobb Island, let's see, Grand is white Mechanicsville, heavy snow starting to turn white on 235 near Loveville. Thank you, Wesley, and heavy snow in Huntingtown. So again, radars, again, having a little bit of a hard time, but this band here, really the southern edge of this is where the rain snow line is. So a lot of this in here is snow. And I mean, you can see the higher return here, so that would indicate to us that that is indeed a heavy snow that's falling. A lot of the comments I've received so far today of people calling this a bust, they've been people who live in areas like Lesbian and Lexington Park. You'll be some of the last areas to switch over to that snow, but you will eventually as well. Again, by 9 o'clock, we should see that. My final call forecast, just to revisit it, general 1 to 3, much of the region. I think that's a good call, and I think for a lot of the area, I think what you see on the screen, it might be on the lower side of that, but I think that's how it will end up shaking out. I think you'll see at least an inch in Lusby, at least an inch in Leonardtown, probably around 2 or so in Mechanicsville, maybe close to 2 in Prince Frederick, and maybe 3 up towards like La Plata and Dunkirk. So, and Shirley's reporting heavy snow in La Plata, and they've seen the heavy snow, and they've seen snow there for a while now. Now, what I want to do is come back over here. Let's revisit some of our traffic cameras, see what we have fallen out there. This is a great way to kind of see what's going on. Let's check in on Leonardtown. And I can see what looks to be it. I think we did in Leonardtown. It looks like we have some snow trying to mix in with that rain there. Let's head over towards 4 at 2:35. Even here, over towards California, beginning to see some light snow mix in with that rain. See, is it making it to Lexington Park? You see it a little bit in Lexington Park. What about Callaway? Not just yet. You're almost there. So, again, we're continuing to see snowfall across the region. Up towards Chesapeake Beach, you know this. Look at this. You see the snow falling. And as if on cue, there goes a snowplow. It's like they know when we're going to check. Heading on over towards Brandywine, you can see the snow is just what we call puking, or it's like it's coming down heavy. This is 301 at 5, and you could just see the heavy snow really trying to come down. If we head back out towards Nanjemoine, you see the snow is just coated the grassy surfaces, and you can see it maybe trying to accumulate a little bit on the shoulders here. If we continue with some heavy snow, you could expect to see more of this throughout the day. So travel, again, not advised this morning. If you're headed out, just be safe. You know, a couple slick spots. I don't think we're talking snow-covered roadways. Like, you might see that on the secondary roads, or probably not on, like, the main road. So if you're headed towards, like, 95, you should be fine. I would do expect at least a couple of slick spots. Let's see. Tammy says it's snowing in Chaptico. Timmy, I don't think much will accumulate in the ground. Driveway is still puddles, but the grass is slushy. I mean, Timmy, we're looking here right now at Nanjemoine, where they've seen heavy snow now. Oh, well, maybe more like moderate snow now for about half an hour. I mean, and you're seeing it accumulate here on grassy surfaces. So we'll see if it accumulates on the roadways. If not, you know, that's fine. My forecast would verify with 1 to 3 on the grass, so I'm not too worried. Still rain in Lesby. We getting snow in Calvert, and you can really tell where people now live, because when they say, are we getting snow in Calvert, it tells you they live in the southern end of the county, because the northern end already has snow. Pretty heavy snow here. Heavy snow in Belle Alton, snow in Compton. Taking you back over to radar real quick. God, I need another monitor. That's going to be my next buy, I think. In this rain snow line, and actually I need to switch it over to this, so I can draw. I'm learning this eventually. Rain snow line sits like this. Maybe it's more like down here, because it looks like we have more like rain reports down in like southern Calvert County and southern St. Mary's, whereas Leonardtown and Hollywood we just saw have mixed with snow. So I mean, maybe what we actually have setting up is like the southern Calvert County bubble. I mean, where you see the rain snow line do something a little bit like this, which wouldn't be surprising either. I mean, you will gradually, I mean, this is moving here to the southeast, so, I mean, even areas like Lesby and Solomons down towards St. Mary City, down towards Scotland, these areas will eventually switch over to snow as well. And this is going to be possible through about midday today. So we have about 4 hours or so, 3 to 4 hours, to see snow. We see snow at half an inch an hour. I mean, you get an inch and a half. If you see heavier snow up to like an inch an hour later on this morning, you can maybe get up towards 2 or 3 inches, and that's going to be the most possible up here in this region. This is the area I think that has the potential to see probably, maybe, let's call it like 2 inches or so. Where south of here, it's probably a little bit more like 1, and down here, you might be like around, let's call it like 3/4 of an inch of snow. So let's call it that. Let's see, raining in Lesby. We have quite a bit of snow in Owings, Calvert County. And see, that is exactly what we are looking at. There we go, so I can clear my screen faster. So yeah, again, I would say if I had to like do like a new snow map, and now I can do this now with this new tool. Again, we're probably, it would likely be, oh, that is, I'm still learning this, my apologies. Bear with me. Probably going to be like this region where you see like 2. This region where you see 1 to 2. This region where you see like around 1 inch. That's kind of, I think that's kind of how locally we'll set up. And maybe up here, you get near like 3. Maybe it's more like a 2 to 3, but it's really dependent on band setting up. But we are already seeing that across the area right now. I mean, let's take you back over here. We are already seeing like a more moderate band that is set up, extending from about Mechanicsville to Charlotte Hall over towards Prince Frederick. And don't take my word for it. If I show you out here, I mean, so again, this was Nanjemoy. We take you over towards Benedict. You can see the snow is falling at a pretty good rate. You come over to Chesapeake Beach, you see that, and it's kind of hard to see. If I take the header away, you can see that you see snow accumulating here on the grass. So you're already beginning to see that across much of the region, and even further south, down towards Leonardtown, you've seen snow continue to mix in with the rain. You haven't accumulated yet because you just mixed over, but that too will eventually happen. And down towards Lexington Park, I mean, you're seeing back and forth right now between snow, rain, and we'll see if that continues to be the case as we head on. But snow, I mean, it's come through much of the region. If we head up towards Brandywine, I mean, we're talking about snow, heavy snow, up towards Andrews. I mean, look at this. The snow's trying to come down sideways a little bit, accumulating on the median, and a little bit. I mean, it looks like this here tells me that this is probably just forming as like puddles here on the highway, but you see a little bit of snow accumulation trying to happen there on the shoulder. On up towards like Annapolis, you're looking at snow falling. Again, still, it's coastal areas where you're having a little bit of a harder time to totally switch over, but you're beginning to see snowflakes fall as well. See, snow is coming down, it's coming straight down, big flakes in La Plata, nothing in Garrison at 8 a.m. Just switch over to snow, and Poole is now covered. Yeah, Sarah, I mean, the idea was like, why not use the camera shots? It helps a lot, and the little ticker helps too. But with all these towns you see down here on the ticker, everything's probably the lower end of the range. So that's why it's a range. Timothy's snowing pretty hard in Leonardtown. It's starting to mix in Lesby. And I saw a comment earlier if I will ever allow pictures in the comments. I don't control that. That's like a Facebook thing. But you are more than welcome to tweet me your pictures at JB_weather. You can post them on the Facebook page or message them to the Facebook page privately. And, and that's great because it allows me to see what's going on. Ground is covered in Colonial Beach. I don't have a Colonial Beach camera on me right now. Let's see, downtown Leonardtown, just switch over to Nice Flakes. Let's head back to that Leonardtown camera. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see because the camera, I mean, you get some melted snow there on the camera, but you can see the snow coming down here in Leonardtown. This is 5 at 2:43. And ground's already covered in Mechanicsville. So, yeah, I mean, we've all begun to see the switch over to snow. Coming back down here to California, and I don't see much. Lexington Park, you can see like some snowflakes trying to come down, but it's more rain than snow. Same story out towards Callaway. It's more rain than snow, mainly wet roadways. And you'll switch over to eventually. Benedict, we're seeing snow. So we've already seen, the switch over to snow happen across the region. And again, it's really these northern areas here that have seen it. And this is really going to be the region where we see, I think, the highest snow totals from this. You're probably talking this region, and you're not going to be able to see that. So I need to switch this over. So it's going to be the region you see here circled in black now. This is probably going to be the area that sees the highest snow totals because you've already seen that snow mix over it. This area likely probably going to be like a 2 to 3 area. And then you're probably talking again, probably more like 1 to 2 here, and then maybe like around an inch south of there. Maybe you're closer to like 3 inches or so to the north. So that's kind of, I think, the way we're going to end up lining things up today. And I think that's the way it'll end up looking. Let's see, snow started in Abel area of St. Mary's. Thank you for that. The snow is prettier than last Sunday. So, yeah, I mean, I think this is generally what we're talking about. We've seen this band develop. This has been kind of consistent throughout the morning. And and it was down to the south initially. It's begun to move up to the north. It's kind of moving in a direction that's like this. If it's able to park itself, though, in this region could see locally higher totals. But again, that rain-snow line sits at the bottom edge of this. So the rain-snow line, sits somewhere like that. And then you get the heaviest snow up in here. So we'll see how this continues to evolve. Let's see, Patricia, how's Indian Head looking? Let's go back to our cameras. Bring this back over here. God, now my screen. This pen tool only continues to clutter my desktop. If we head over, this is Indian Head, Nanjemoy type area loading. We're looking at snow falling, and you'll probably see about an inch to maybe 3 up there. Joey says it's happening in Leonardtown, about ½ inch already in White Plains. Nothing but rain in all capitals, California, Maryland. You'll switch over. You will eventually, because this is moving down here to the south and east. You'll get there. It's just a matter of time, And that's what we've been talking. It's going to be a gradual switch over, but that rain snow line is gradually working to the south and east. And Jane is saying storm from Frederick. So stay tuned. We'll continue to update this forecast. We'll see what's going on. I'll probably do another one of these lives around 8:45 or so. Let's see, thick wet flakes in Leonardtown. So yeah, we're seeing the switch over to snow happen, and it's going to continue to happen. So stay tuned. I'll continue to keep you updated. Facebook, Twitter, you see the links there, jbweather.net. John saying all rain so far in Lexington Park. And again, it's gradually working there. Let's move you over here. Let's get into it again before I head out. There we go. We can see everything here. So rain snow line. When I started the coverage, when I did coverage at like 7, it was up towards like Rosaryville, down towards like White Plains. Right now, it sits like that. So yes, Lusby, Lexington Park, St. Mary's City still rain. This is gradually, though, going to work to the south and east, probably over like the next 1 to like 1.5 hours. And then you're seeing the heaviest band of snow really try to set up here. Really trying to set up here. So this is the area where you could see maybe like a 2 to 3 inch, maybe closer to 2, but maybe some localized amounts up to 2 to 3 inches, and maybe even see that up here. But I think down here through Leonardtown and Lusby, like southern Calvert County into parts of St. Mary's County, it's probably more like a 1 to 2. Starting in White Sands, Golden Beach has heavy snow falling, thick flakes. That was Alexandria. Alexandria right now is reporting all snow. And it's snowing since 7:45 in Port Tobacco. So you're getting close to about half an hour with snow. And we'll see, this is our heaviest band. We'll see if that continues to move. We'll see if we can get more to set up. And I think we probably will see more of that set up across the region. It's really, the storm, we have a lot still to go. If I take you over here, if we zoom radar out, let's get to where we currently are. Look at all these reports of snow. 2 inches, 2.5, 6 inches. This blue outlined area, that's not outlined by me, but by the National Weather Service. This is the area where the heaviest snow will likely fall. But we still have all of this that needs to push through. And this will continue to move here to the north and west. So yeah, just regionally speaking, let's throw this off. Let's throw this on. You're probably generally going to see probably like up in this zone, like a 3 to 4. And then like this zone, it's a 2 to 3. This zone, it's like a 1 to 2. And this zone, it's like around an inch at most. So I think that's the way that this is going to end up, like kind of setting up for much of the region. The highest snow totals will be to the north and west. Southern areas, it's just because you're a little warmer because, you have the bay, you have back bays, you have rivers, stream. There's so much water. And I know a lot of people wonder, like, why does Calvert County always get gypped? Why does St. Mary's County always get gypped? Well, if we zoom in here, I mean, we pay for having such nice summer views. It comes at a price. I mean, down here, you get warm air coming off the bay like this, and the bay is warm. You have the Potomac River, you have the Patuxent River, and then you have all these like back bays up in here. So all of these different areas help like work together and lead to, you know, this region generally being the region that stays warmer than the rest of southern Maryland because there's so much coastal influence. The reason why Charles County is typically like today they're under a warning where the rest of the region's just under an advisory is because they're further away from the warm bay. You know, they're kind of tucked away a little bit. So let's move it back over here. Let's take it back over to our cameras. Ninja Winds are looking at snow. And looking at snow falling out here towards Benedict. I'm not sure my screen is showing all the comments. She's towing a white stand. I saw that. You see, here's a question: how many inches would I say for Gainesville? I just did a drawing. I'm not sure where Gainesville is off the top of my head. I think that's like what Fairfax, Loudoun County area, right? Like 3 to 4. So we're getting moderate snow and water if everything is covered already. Wondering for work tomorrow. We'll see. We're still early. We'll when we end with this around noon or 1, we'll assess then and see how things look. Is how much snow we get this winter affect your severe weather for summer and spring? I mean, the like snow total we see won't affect it at all. The global patterns will. So, I mean, we're in a La Nina that's weakening right now, which would suggest, I mean, maybe somewhat of an active severe season, but won't be as active as we've seen in years past. Expecting for Lusby 1 to 3. Which I think it'll change over to rain in Waldorf to clear the snow. If we change to rain, it'll probably be like 11 o'clock or so, but we might not even change back to rain. Lenore feeling skipped over. You'll get there, Lenore. The rain snow lands heading south and east by about 9 o'clock or so. Over the next half hour to an hour, I think we all switch over to snow even in southern Calvert County, southern St. Mary's County. Let's take a look at Leonardtown again. Still looking at snow falling. Let's head over towards California. I mean, there's a snow plow, but we can see some snowflakes mixing in with the rain. Lexington Park looks like mainly rain. And down towards Callaway, we're still looking mainly rain. I see maybe a couple snowflakes trying to mix in, so we'll eventually switch over. But stay tuned. I'll continue to keep you updated. Facebook, Twitter, the website, Patreon. So stay tuned. It's been an active morning, and it will continue to be active, and I'll continue to be here for you, tracking the latest, giving you the latest town-by-town updates, looking over radar, checking outside to see what's going on. So stay tuned and keep it tuned right here to JB Weather.